All right, so we're going to be using the Imperial Whitetail No-Plow. We're going to be reading everything about it inside. Right now we're going to get it out, and we're going to be using our just our hand broadcaster there. And you could do it by hand actually if you don't even have one of those. We have a bunch of soil here, and these milk crates with the center block on top, that's going to be my test area, so I could see how high it's getting without the deer eating it. Right there, I don't know if you could see it or not, but in that tree, it's a walnut tree back there, that's our tree stand. So we are going to be hunting right kind of over top of it, really. I have a feeder right there, and then I have a mineral site right there, and a lot of area. So we're going to be mixing half and half types of food plots, see which one works best for us, and we're going to go from there. All right, so you can see the seeds here. A lot of different ones and a lot of different coated ones. So that I'm assuming they got some rain shield stuff on them. And like I said, we'll read the bag inside. I'm just trying to get this out because I know it's gonna rain. So let's start plotting. All right, so this is 2 months later. You can see it does look pretty full-ish. There are a lot of patchy spots though, where I know that seed coverage went down, but nothing grew. The deer have been walking through here, and rabbits, but you can see there's deer track right there. The deer have been walking through here. I have seen them bite one, pull it off while I was hunting. So here is the food plot, and then we're actually gonna take this off because it's still deer season and we're trying to get a deer, so we're just gonna add that little bonus to them, see what it looks like compared to the rest. I would say the tallest points in there about 6 to 8 inches. I don't think that the deer are really grazing hard on the rest of it, but you can see these are decently big. I don't know how far they're in the ground, but yeah, there it is. There is the food plot. So let's go inside. We're gonna read the bag, and then we're gonna talk about it, if we think this was a waste of money or we think this was worth the money, what we would do different and all that. And also we're gonna do follow-up videos on these to see what they look like next year. Are they even going to come back? Because that would be ideal, obviously. But so there you go. There's the food plot. Let's go talk about it. All right, we are here back finishing a review. Now, you just saw a deer that I passed on, a buck. He just wasn't big enough yet. He was in front of me for about 20 minutes and then walked through the food plot and ate a little bit of the food plot. However, the part of the food plot where he was and was eating was not actually this. It was this. So I halved it. That being said, there are deer prints of deer going through the no-plow stuff. It would be hard for me to say, unless I put a camera specifically on this, if they're actually eating this when they're coming through that area. Another way for me to find out will be to look at the spot where I took that milk crate off, because that will be easy to see if they are browsing that. So with that being said, we're going to read about this. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. I'm going to give you a review of it, and then we are going to be grading it. We'll give it a score. So this is the Imperial No-Plow. Rain Bond Enhanced Seed Coating, no till necessary, which I did not do any tillage. Plotperfection.com. Whitetail Institute. 5 pounds, plants up to a 1/4 acre. I doubt it. I don't think this would plant a 1/4 of an acre consistently. You would have huge patches, or the plants would be very far away from each other. My opinion. There's a lot to read here, so get ready. Requires no heavy equipment, easy to plant, provides high protein up to 36%, quality food plot in areas previously inaccessible to equipment, attracts deer from miles around. A deer is not going to come from a mile around to eat your 1/4 acre food plot. I don't care what you think. That is not accurate. Now, if there is no other food around within miles, maybe. But also that would be combined if there's a water source and all that stuff. They're not going to come just for this unless it's a desert and there's no food except for this. And in that case, it's going to be eaten one night. That out there is not enough to sustain a deer. Coated with rain bond seed treatment for optimal germination, emergence, and seedling survivability. It talks about the planning, what to do. We're not gonna read over that. Talks about what equipment you should use. I know it says no plow, but then it also tells you could do all these other things. You could put on fertilizer. You could put on our other product to get the best results. If somebody just wants to throw this out there to bring in food, that is exactly what they would want. So I'm gonna try to read through this real quick to see if this says a perennial or annual. Add fertilizer. Take a soil test. All right, let's read what's in it. 26% ryegrass, 17% rape, that's trophy rape, 17 or 11% dwarf Essex rape, 7% Dixie crimson clover, which that is a perennial. Then a non-perennial clover, 6% radish, and then other material, which some of it's weed, some of it's coating, and at least on the other bag it says that this is an annual. This is not going to come back. That is exactly what I was wanting, was something I could throw out, fill that area, and then not have to worry, is that going to come back next year? It's automatically going to come back. I'm not positive if this is the product or not. It also tells you planting dates and where you live. So for 10, it'd be March 20th through the May 15th, or August 1st through the September 15th. And we planted it in the August through September timeframe. Well, that's it. So it did not grow very consistently. I was using a broadcaster and I was pretty consistent while walking, and I could see, actually, you could see the seeds pretty well, especially if there was nothing on there, maybe a few weeds here and there that I did not pull yet. But you could see where the seeds were on the ground because it was bare ground. The seeds landed everywhere. and it didn't grow everywhere. So you got patches is what it looks like. And then it seemed to, maybe even when it rained, the seeds kind of grouped together. So maybe when rain was coming through, it picked up some seeds, pushed them together, and you have a big clump here, a big clump here, but a big bare spot right here. It was level. The ground is level there because I leveled it with a bobcat to pull the dirt out that was there. So, besides that, it's not very tall. Like when I did a little bit of, I didn't do much research before. That's why I'm making this video, because I didn't do a lot of research before buying this product. The research that I did do is that it showed the plants like this, and it showed the deer walking through this thicket of plants like this big. And those are all commercials, okay? Those are commercials because, like I said, if a deer wanted to, it could eat that entire, it's on less than a quarter acre that I have my stuff on. It could eat that entire food plot in one night, one deer, and not even be full. It's not even that thick, and they're very fragile. Like even when I took the milk crate off, a few of the plants snapped right off while I'm walking through there. They just snap. They fall over and they snap. It's a very fragile plant. So if this does not come back thicker next year, or if it doesn't come back at all, then I would say, no, this is not a great use of your money. Okay, you would want to buy something that is going to consistently come back, fill in, right? Fill in those empty gaps and be thick and luscious, nutritious for the deer, for them having offspring, and also for antler development and keeping the overall health of the deer herd great. That also food, a food thing. I am not positive that this is the product for me. In my area of Ohio, we had a little bit of a drought, but in the summer. But coming out of that, they should have. Now I will say it did germinate pretty quickly. Within a few days, you could see it coming out of the seed shells. However, that doesn't mean anything to me if it's not going to grow consistently and grow to a larger degree. That means nothing to me. So, would I buy this again? The answer would be no. I would not buy it again. Now, if it was on sale, like if this was like $1 for this bag, I think I spent like $20-something for this bag. But if this was $1 for this bag, then I would probably buy it again and find like a bare spot back there somewhere and just throw it in the bare spot, just to have something growing in that bare spot that year. However, I want something that is going to thick and fill up and everything like that. And I'm not sure that this is the product for that. Because I can even make more area back there. Like I can clear out the whole area of debris and grasses and have a huge food plot. But why would I want a huge food plot of little pieces of grass, is what it looks like, and it's getting ready to be winter, and it's either going to die or get trampled anyway. So I wouldn't want that. I would want something that's going to withstand that. So in the future, what I would do is, future me would just go to like an ag store and say, here are my plans, and just spend a little bit extra money and actually get a perennial that is going to come back over and over and over again, which is probably what I'll do in the same area. Even if this does come back, I'm still going to have, to fill in those gaps, and I will probably just do that. Just throw in some thickening and go that route. So we'll see what it looks like next year. 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. I'd give this a score of a 5. I think it did sprout, it did grow. There are deer going through that area, which they may have before, but they are now. So does it work? Like I said, if a deer wanted to, it could eat all of that in one night. So there you go. hopefully it thickens up and gets bigger, especially before winter gets here. That would be great, because I do want the deer to have somewhere to go in the winter besides just eating twigs and stuff like that. So there you go. That's my honest opinion. You can take it or leave it, and I'm glad you're doing your research, because I always try to do mine as well. I always try to find YouTube videos. Sometimes they're just commercials though. This is not a commercial. I am trying these products out on my own property, and I'm trying to buy more property so I can try more products out. Not just that, but I'm trying to expand my reach and different products to use. So leave a comment, say hi from wherever you're from. Hi from Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky. Just say hi from blank. And if you have any other questions or comments, leave it in the comments below. Make sure you like the video, because that helps the algorithm. And you can also subscribe, share the channel, share the video. That'd be great. Even if you just send it to your grandpa, send it to your uncle or something like that, that helps. Thank you, and God bless.